Hey, JB from Just TCG here, and today we are going to go through at last the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck I've been piloting in all these episodes you've been watching on Duel Links. Now obviously the deck revolves around these three Blue Eyes White Dragons, however we've also got ways of cheating them into play thanks to Kaibaman, thanks to Kidmodo Dragon, and thanks to Dragon's Rebirth. We also have 3 copies of Blue Dragon Summoner to fetch up the Blue Eyes White Dragon so we can get them into play quicker. Now, we're obviously also looking to protect our Blue Eyes White Dragons. That's why we're running 3 copies of Enemy Controller, 2 copies of Interdimensional Matter Transporter, and 1 copy of Mirror Wall. Finally, we're running 3 copies of Luster Dragon. The reason why we're running Luster Dragon is just to give the deck some stability. Now, I know a lot of decks are just purely focused on the Blue Eyes White Dragon coming out as quickly as possible. However, in my experience, you also need a plan B. And the plan B is just to straight up play the Luster Dragon, because that 1900 attack is very, very potent. Especially with the skill, which we're going to talk about now, in the form of Peak Performance. Now, Peak Performance is an interesting one, because you start with Mountain in play straight away. A few people do put Dispel in their deck, so if they Dispel Mountain, it's not the end of the world. They could Dispel better things like the Enemy Controller. The other option you're going for really is Beatdown. Beatdown this turn, the attack of all face-up monsters on your field increases by the number of monsters of level 5 or higher on your field times 300. This skill can only be used once per turn. Whilst the Beatdown's great for alpha striking, I just prefer the stability and the consistency that Peak Performance brings. It's down to personal preference. If you've had better luck with Beatdown, use Beatdown instead. Now, the deck is by no means finished, admittedly. I'm missing 2 copies of Kidmodo Dragon that I'm waiting for through the card trader. They will replace the 2 copies of Interdimensional Matter Transporter. And finally, I'm waiting on 1 copy of Champion's Vigilance that I'm hoping to grind through Seto Kaiba. That will replace the Mirror Wall. You may have noticed I've chosen not to run any Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. This is a deliberate choice. I've decided that I just think that the slots that Polymerization takes up is not worth running the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Because basically, 3200 attack with the Blue Eyes plus Peak Performance should mean that you're beating almost everything. And Enemy Controller means anything that does have a higher attack just goes into defense mode, then you kill it anyway. I am, of course, looking for feedback all the time, so if you've got any comments on the deck or you've got any suggestions for improvement, leave them in the comments section below. In the meantime, though, let's get straight into the action. Okay, seeing as it is the KC Cup, today I'm going to go through a few KC Cup games. I'm still looking to qualify for Stage 2. I'm only at DLvl 4 at the moment. Plenty of time, though, before the 16th to get to DLvl 20 or DLvl MAX. So without further ado, let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so Seto Kaiba versus Seto Kaiba. Usually when it's a fellow Seto Kaiba player, it's another Blue Eyes deck. So that's just something I need to be aware of, but I'm not scared of him. I'm taking Peak Performance. He's got 21 cards in his deck, so I just need to be careful. Okay, so Kidmodo Dragon, Enemy Controller, Dragon's Rebirth, Blue Dragon Summoner. I think I'm just going to set the Blue Dragon Summoner, play the Dragon's Rebirth and the Enemy Controller face down. The idea being that next turn I can fetch out a Blue Eyes with the Blue Dragon Summoner dying, and then set Kidmodo Dragon. Kidmodo Dragon dies, and then I get to play Blue Eyes for free. That's the plan anyway. Okay, here's Vanguard of the Dragon. I considered putting Vanguard of the Dragon in my deck, but genuinely, I just think that it's not that great. I think it's overrated. There's a face down card as well, so just something to be aware of. Okay, so we're not going to stop the attack with the Enemy Controller because we want the Blue Dragon Summoner to die. We're going to fetch... We've got 2 choices here. We can either get Luster Dragon for the consistency or just Blue Eyes White Dragon to cheat into play. We're going to look for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it's our turn. Get another Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sure. Not exactly what we're after. Just going to set Kidmodo Dragon down. And pass the turn. There's nothing we really want to do here. Okay, there's another Vanguard of the Dragon. He must know that something's up, right? He must know that's a Kidmodo Dragon. He shouldn't be attacking. Not going to stop this. I would like to activate the effect of Kidmodo Dragon. Thanks for asking. Play the Blue Eyes. Interested in what that trap is. It could be Mirror Wall. But we've got I've got enemy controller in case it is Mirror Wall, so I can put my attack target into defense position. Not his best move. Okay. So it's back to our turn. There's Kaibaman. Wow. Kaibaman off the top. Think the face down is enemy controller. Enemy controller or Mirror Wall, one of the two. But Mirror Wall really is a suboptimal card. Gonna put this into attack position, obviously. There we go. And then we'll battle. Wonder what he's going for. I won't activate anything. He might. I'm really wondering what this face down card is. Okay. Just going to attack the other one. Right. Opponent's down to 1,400. I have no cards in hand. So I'm what they call in Magic the Gathering Hellbent. But I have two Blue Eyes in play. I think this is only going one way. Would be embarrassing if it didn't. Yeah, there's Kaibaman. You may have Kaibaman. I have an enemy controller. There it is. Gravity Axe. Haha. Do not play. This is why you do not play equip spells in Yu-Gi-Oh! Fine. Not a problem. You may play Gravity Axe. Yes, I will play enemy controller. And I'll change this into defense position. There's my copy of Mirror Wall. This is quite rogue though. Mirror Wall's quite rogue in these decks. Okay, and then I'm just going to attack. Yeah. I thought something was up. Sure, Kidmodo Dragon. I am not going to activate anything. This is over. There we go. Well, I think the lessons we can learn from that are don't play Gravity X Graal. Enemy control is great. And yeah, Vanguard of the Dragon I don't think is all that great in Blue Eyes decks. I think Luster Dragon is just straight up better. But on to the next game. Okay, so we're up against Yugi Moto. I did a video on Yugi Moto about how to unlock him, so if you're interested in that, check that out. In terms of his skills, I know he's got Exodia. Yeah, okay, it's an Exodia deck. Sure. So we'll start with no copies of either Kaibaman or Kidmodo Dragon, which is a shame, but I can fetch a Luster Dragon because I've already got a Blue Eyes in my hand. Okay, Wonder Balloons. It's a really irritating card. Ooh, Gem Knights? There's Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Wonder Balloons is irritating, but not the end of the world. Let's just battle and see what he's playing with. I am going to lose some life points here, but I don't think I'm that bothered. Okay, Magical Merchant, sure. Oh, he's just playing full of 1800 attack monsters, 1900 attack monsters. Yeah, Wonder Balloons. Okay, so he's playing Monster Reincarnation. Brings back Magical Merchant, sure. Draw. There's Luster Dragon, okay. We'll battle. I knew it was a Magical Merchant. There's Giant Soldier of Stone. Right arm of the Forbidden One. Left arm of the Forbidden One. There's another Monster Reincarnation. What's he looking to do? His deck clearly works. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that it does. Okay, so he's played a face down. And he's set another monster. We know he's running... He's not played any Wonder Balloons. Interesting. There's a second Blue Eyes. That could be Floodgate. But I think I can't afford to care. Yeah, going to summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, with the second Blue Eyes already in my hand, and with no desire to grab the third one, I'm going to get the Luster Dragon instead. And then we'll battle. Yep, end the turn. Another face down. Right. There's a third enemy controller, and I can't see myself playing this Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Famous last words, of course. But yeah, set this enemy controller. Normal summon the Luster Dragon. I know he plays 2000 defense monsters. So I'm just going to attack with the Blue Eyes and take no chances. There's another Magical Merchant and another Wonder Balloons. Okay. So next turn he can discard the Wonder Balloons for the first Wonder Balloons. Ah, backup soldier. There we go. Completely forgot backup soldier was in Duel Links. Yeah, discarded 3 cards. But I do win. Because we have enemy controller face down. And then... So we activate it. We'll use the not often used second ability. Tribute the Luster Dragon. Nick the Giant Soldier of Stone. And then attack directly with 1700. And win the game. Well. I spent so long wondering what the hell my opponent was doing. That I completely forgot backup soldiers just in the deck. And he just stalls with Wonder Balloons. And eventually just gets all 5 pieces. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so we're up against Crowler. Which usually means Ancient Gear Golem. Which I feel comfortable playing against because Ancient Gear Golem caps at 3000. Yeah, middle-aged max. Cool. I got nerfed recently as well, so I'm feeling alright. Blue Dragon Summoner, BDS in my hand as well. Feels really good. Draw. There's a second Kaibaman. Not really what we were after. But it's nice to have a backup strategy. We'll play the enemy controller face down. Then we'll also play the BDS face down. And then not battle, just straight up end the turn. Ancient Gear Castle, for those of you who don't know, all Ancient Gear monsters gain 300 attack. Each time a monster is normal summoned or set, place one counter on this card. If you tribute summon an Ancient Gear monster face up, you can tribute this card instead. If the number of its counters is equal to or greater than the number of required tributes. So it has 2 counters on it, which means if it gets Ancient Gear Golem, we are in a world of hurt. And here's Twin Barrel Dragon as well. Needs 2 heads to destroy it. Nope. Okay, so he's attacking with Twin Barrel Dragon, which is pretty sensible. We are not going to enemy control of this. We will just take the 2100 damage as punishment for our sins. We will fetch with BDS, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So Ancient Gear Knight wasn't Gemini summoned, but I think we do just straight up take the 2100. I think there are better things to econ, namely the Ancient Gear Golem itself. Okay, our turn. So I know what I'm doing because it's quite linear, this deck. Although, don't get trapped in the linearity, like in the previous game, where I managed to find sort of an alternate win con. Okay, gonna activate Kaibaman to summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon that we conveniently got with BDS. Although bear in mind, in case Blue Eyes White Dragon 1 doesn't get the job done, we do have Blue Eyes White Dragon 2 Electric Boogaloo. Hopefully not Mirror Wall. But I don't think we can really afford to be scared of Mirror Wall. There we go, 1100 damage. So 2900 plays 1900, but his Ancient Gear Castle has enough counters to summon Ancient Gear Golem next turn. Yep, okay. This is Machina Spider. Machina monsters cannot be attacked except Machina Sniper. So I say Spider, I meant Sniper, obviously. Here we go, Machine Control Factory. Okay. Machine Conversion Factory, sorry. Interesting. Metamorph. Wow, he is going all out. He is going all out. Metamorph, remember, increases the attack of the monster you're attacking with by half the original attack. So it goes up to 3900 if I didn't have enemy controller. In fact, there's a Kidmodo Dragon. I was going to say, in fact, I think it could have won next turn, but I don't actually think that's possible. So we're going to play Kaibaman. And then activate Kaibaman's effect. I am a bit scared at this point, though, because now that my econ's gone, it is possible for him to come back if he draws a golem. But I just felt like I had to use the enemy controller there. But he's got to draw it. And he probably, I think the most you can have with Crowler is 2. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2. 1 card face down. And a set card. Okay. So My opponent is unfortunate in the sense that he hasn't drawn any of his golems. However, kids, viewers watching at home, don't play equip spells. It doesn't end well. Now, the only card that I could think of that beats me at this point is Radiant Mirror Force. And in the hundreds of games I've played and seen of Duel Links, only one person has played Radiant Mirror Force, and it's not today. I've played about 500 games. I've seen 1,000 more. One person has played Mirror Force, and yeah, connection error means that I win. Takes, rage quitting. No one likes a rage quitter. No one likes a rage quitter. So, that was the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck in action. I hope you can all see the potential of this deck and just the sheer power that you can really generate with it. Obviously, still not the finished article. Waiting for 2 Kidmodo Dragon to replace the Interdimensional Matter Transporter. And obviously, might sneak in some other cards. But if I do ever update the list, I'll let you know. In the meantime, though, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links in the description below as well. In the meantime, though, I've been JB from Just TCG. This has been the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck in the KC Cup. And I'll see you in the next one.